Hello YouTube, what's going on? Shaney2K here, and this is the Shaney Show, Episode 2, presented by yours truly, Shaney2K. If you didn't see last week's episode, go check it out, leave a like on it. It was a pretty fun episode. We did get a copyright thing, which is fine, it's whatever. It's no biggie. But, yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm just going to go over all the topics we have to talk about. Jamal Adams trade, the Sabrina Ionesco debut, the Marlins situation, the NBA return as a whole. Stay tuned for that. Crazy hypothetical of the day. NFL opt-outs. We got some shout-outs. We got Lesean McCoy. We got the Tim Thibodeua signing, Joe Kelly incident, the awful NFL 100 list, and the Chad Johnson story that has freaked out the entire world. But, yeah, again, leave a like, check out my socials, check out my other channel, Benchwarmer Banter. That's with me and a couple of friends talk about sports, talking about hoops. And, yeah, let's hop right into it. Start off, we got the Jamal Adams trade. This shook the NFL by storm a couple days ago. The Jets received Bradley McDougald, 2020 first-round pick, 2020 third-round pick, and a 2022 first-round pick. And the Seahawks get Jamal Adams, a 2022 fourth-round pick. Obviously, the Seahawks won this trade for the year at least. Now, I did say in my video, which actually kind of blew up 1.5K views, I did say that the Seahawks won the trade. I think it is smart for the Jets, but the trade, I mean, they're going to be first-round picks. They could trade them for a good player, but also they could get good players. I mean, a first-round pick is a first-round pick regardless of where it is, but it's going to be a 24 to 32 selection, probably. Seahawks are never that bad, and the Jets always draft bad, so it'll probably be a bust anyway. But still, that's my Patriots bias right there. But the Seahawks won the trade. They got one of the best safeties in the league. You know, Jamal Adams is really good. I think this only adds to their defense that really needed the help. There was a whole fight in the comment section of that video, but still, I liked the trade. I don't think it was smart on the Jets. I think they could have gotten something better for Jamal Adams, if I'm being honest. Like, at least like a fair trade where they got a player now. But now the Jets defense loses their big superstar. I don't know how to really feel about this. I mean, I love Jamal. I actually hate Jamal Adams, but like I love him as a player. Jamal Adams once decked a Patriots mascot and put him in the hospital for no reason, so I don't like him too much. But still, Jamal Adams to the Seahawks, that's a really good move by the Seattle Seahawks. I don't really mind it. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to be very good, but they're also in a very tough division, as a lot of comments point out. So, Seahawks won the trade, but will it bring them to a Super Bowl? Possibly. Is it, like, would I bet money on it? No. Russell Wilson's still good. Russell Wilson got second out of the top 100, so, you know, Seahawks win the trade easily. Next up, we have the Sabrina Ionesco debut. In her debut, she scored 12 points, but then days later in the first official game in the WNBA, she had 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists on Wednesday. Now, if you don't know who she is, she's one of the best college players, not just for a woman, any gender. Like, she's one of the best college basketball players of all time. And you might think I'm insane. Check out the stats. She killed it in Oregon. Was incredible. Now she's on the New York Liberty, which I don't really have a favorite WNBA team, but I know who she is. So the New York Liberty got a star. They did lose both games, unfortunately, but still, Sabrina went off. Her last name is hard to spell, even harder to say. I mean, 33.7 rebounds, 7 assists is, like, insane, especially for a second game. So she's scored 45 points in just 2 games. Can't wait to see what the rest of the season brings for her. I don't think the New York Liberty will go very far this season just because they did get Sabrina Ionesco. So they won that draft, obviously. But in years to come, Sabrina should be a force to be reckoned with. One of the best debuts one of the first 2 games of all time in the WNBA, I'd assume. But yeah, great job on Sabrina. Great way to represent New York. I'm a New York fan. I always want to throw a little bit of WNBA in here because I do love women's sports personally. But we have the next on the list, the Marlins epidemic. I'm not going to say the word, but it starts with a C, ends in a D, and it's our pandemic. Most of the players on the Miami Marlins have it, and their season, just theirs, just the Marlins season is postponed. This is kind of nuts. I don't understand. Like, I get it because they are in this bubble, so they were all together. It sucks that it broke into their bubble. This could have, I don't think it will, but this could take down the entire MLB as we know it, their entire season, which would suck because the beginning has been so fun to watch. They've been out for a week. But, I mean, the Marlins weren't going anywhere this year anyway. No, I'm kidding. Still, this sucks for the Marlins. I wish them all the best. I don't want to talk about it too much because I hate saying the word pandemic. I just want to say it, but YouTube hates me when I say it. So, but this is awful for the MLB easily. Like, this could, especially if another team gets it or the team where they were gets it, which I think was the Mariners. I may be wrong about that, though. They're screwed. Because if one of them gets it, then I think the season will shut down. Personally, we had a lot happen in baseball this week, actually, but we'll get into that later. But the NBA's return, I just want to get into it. Start off with a beautiful representation for Black Lives Matter with the entirety of both teams kneeling, the refs kneeling. Basically, everyone who could get in the camera shot was kneeling. I loved it. I stand for it. Well, yeah, you get what I'm saying. I kneel for it. And I liked this. It was a beautiful, peaceful presentation. I loved the national anthem on the guitar and the piano. It was absolutely beautiful. But I like the message. I like how everyone has Black Lives Matter things on the sidelines. I love how the NBA is really digging into this. And, I think it was awesome. I think it was a beautiful show of what they wanted to speak for. And also, with that, most people's names on their back were different. Besides, like, Anthony Davis and LeBron, because they're selfish. No, I'm kidding. I understand why they didn't change it, but most people had Say Her Name, Equality, Black Lives Matter, Education Reform, amongst, I think 20 others. So, it was awesome to see that. Very hard. I was actually watching it with my dad, so I commented. I was like, freedom pass to equality, passes to ally. It was really good. So, but we opened up with the Jazz-Pelicans game, and the Jazz beat the Pelicans 106-104. Very tight game, just like the Lakers game. Zion had 13 points in 15 minutes, only missed 2 shots, had an alley-oop and threw an alley-oop. Beautiful game by Zion. I wish they didn't put him on minutes restriction, but they're saying it's because he left for that family matter. But that shouldn't matter. He left for a week. He at least has to be playing over 20 minutes a game. This is ridiculous at this point. You can't baby Zion. I talked about this in my new Benchwarmer banter video, but still, Zion had an incredible debut in the bubble, his 20th game in the NBA, but you can't baby him anymore, Pelicans. You gotta let him I want to see a Zion 48-minute performance. This isn't baseball. It's not like the pitcher. You can't just keep subbing him in, or you can't keep subbing him out. This is just ridiculous. Please just keep Zion in. Ingram had 23 points, 8 rebounds, got a mention from KD. I don't know what KD was trying to say. He said 14, kind of nice. That could have been a reference to the Andre Iguodala tweet, but it wouldn't have made sense. But Ingram looked incredible last night. Along with Ingram, JJ Redick looked insane. 21 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. It felt like he couldn't miss. I watched a full game live and did basically play-by-play just for this game on the Benchwarmer Banter Twitter. But, guys, JJ Redick went off just like he kind of did in the Bucks scrimmage. But on the side for the Jazz, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, and Jordan Clarkson all had 20-plus points. Jordan Clarkson led their team in scoring, and it was just an incredible game. Went down to the last second. I couldn't ask for a better debut game. But then right after that, 9 p.m., we had the Lakers versus Clippers. Lakers won 103-101. Paul George and Kawhi combined for 58 points. Kawhi had some foul trouble in the beginning, so he's taken out early, but Paul George looks way better with the double repaired shoulders. Kawhi had a good game. Anthony Davis had the best game of the night, player of the night probably. Anthony Davis had 34 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, while LeBron only had 9 points in the first 3 quarters, but really rebounded, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. And the game-winning putback score wasn't a slam, but it was a score. And a beautiful dunk in the first quarter. 17th year, he looked like he was slowing down in this game, but also that's going to be everybody. A lot of turnovers in the first night, I noticed, but Tonight we have more games coming. I'm so excited. But you couldn't ask for a better average separation of 2 points between both games. 103-101 Clippers-Lakers. Now, getting into a segment on this show that is starting on this show, Crazy Hypothetical. Now, this week's edition of Crazy Hypothetical, and the first one, who would make a better peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Now, Crazy Hypothetical is just going to be it doesn't have to with the sports. It's just exactly what it sounds like, Crazy Hypotheticals. So, who would make a better peanut butter and jelly? Rob Gronkowski or Serena Williams? Now, I'm going to give an argument for both. Gronk, I feel like he would do good at peanut butter and jelly only because, I know how many brothers he had. Definitely a big protein family, peanut butter. But also, Serena Williams is a mom. And also, some people are going to make the joke, she's a woman. No, she's a mom. She feeds her kids. I know she'd cut them crusts off if somebody asked her to. I got to side with Serena Williams here. I'm also trying to keep these crazy hypotheticals under a minute. But, Gronk would also probably spike it, also probably eat it while he was, putting the jelly on it. And I don't think Gronk really cares what his food looks like. I think he more cares about it just going inside of him because he's a monster. But Serena Williams, got to pick her in this crazy hypothetical. Next up, we have the NFL opt-outs. Now, I'm just going to name every player that has opted out at the time of recording this video. Donta Hightower, Brandon Bolden, Marcus Cannon, Danny Vitale, Najee Toran, Caleb Brantley, Maurice Kennedy, Chance Warmack, DeAnthony Thomas, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, Nate Solder, and a couple more that weren't even worth mentioning. This is bad. It's just waiting for a Patrick Mahomes, a Tom Brady, or somebody big like that, Saquon, to opt out. I don't think they'll end the NFL season, but if a couple stars opt out, most likely over. But still, I can't blame them. I am a Patriots fan, so this really hurts the defense. But nonetheless, it's fine. It's not fine. I'm sorry I said that. It's fine. It's really putting... I understand the Donta Hightower one because he has a 2-week-old baby, so that makes a lot of sense, and the bubble sucks. The NFL season is pretty long, especially this year. I think they're debuting the 17 game season, which means 19 weeks playing, 2 bye weeks, but, I understand everyone's concern, especially Tardif. I believe he's a surgeon. I might be totally wrong about that. I might be mixing him up, but I believe he's the surgeon player. But, that's the NFL opt-outs. Big NFL news. Lesean McCoy signs a 1-year deal to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Super Bowl champion running back joins Tom Brady, Gronk, Mike Evans, and many more offensive weapons and defensive weapons on that team. This is terrifying. I would say their biggest hole was running back, but now they've just added more depth at running back. I don't think LeSean McCoy is the best running back in the league, obviously, but he was great on the Bills, great on the Chiefs last year. So this is kind of shocking. I wouldn't have expected him to leave the Chiefs, but still, this is a crazy move by him. Money-making move, obviously, even though he didn't make too much money on this deal. But still, he signs with the Chiefs. I'm still just amazed by it. I think safely Tampa has the most solid offense in the league. I'm not going to say they're going to win the Super Bowl or anything. Hate making those takes because I'm always wrong. Because I also said Patriots would win last year, and they looked like they were going to. But Tampa Bay they look unstoppable. All right, now segment. Every week we do a shout-out. This week's shout-out goes to Jamal 2K and also Forever 2K. Jamal 2K is an aspiring 2K YouTuber that I love to watch. He also guests on my Discord, which will be in the bio, or link, not link in bio, it's in the link down below. He guessed that Anthony Davis and LeBron have more points than and PG and Kawhi. So he gets a shout out here. And that's all for the shouts. Subscribe to them. They're awesome. Next up, we got the Tim Thibodeau Knicks signing. I don't know how to feel about this. This man plays and coaches like he's back in the 80s and 90s. I don't like Tim Thibodeau that much. Or Tom Thibodeau, whatever. So the Knicks signed him to a 5-year deal as head coach. But the only plus of this is some players really like him, such as Karl-Anthony Towns. I doubt that we'd get him, but still, it could be a way to lure him in. Some past Bulls, some past Timberwolves. Also, Isaiah Thomas put out this weird tweet, cryptic tweet, that was saying how he likes little guys, so maybe he'll be a Knick next year and he'd be excited to be a Knick. Personally, I'd love to see Isaiah Thomas on the Knicks. That'd be amazing. But Isaiah Thomas to the Knicks would be crazy, actually. Like, that's like breaking news of breaking news right there. Like, it would also be a rebound for him. That's where Derrick Rose started his rebound year. So, no, Isaiah Thomas to the Knicks, it's a little bit of a lofty goal, but if it happens, it'd be amazing. We could use him. Next up, we got the Joe Kelly incident. Wow. Baseball got very interesting. I watched this one live. It was Dodgers versus Astros. Joe Kelly threw a curveball like 3 feet to the right of an Astros player's head. The Astros player started whining, and Joe Kelly made this pouty face that has gone viral. He just, like, it was so funny. I was laughing hysterically. And, he said some other things, to shut up, you little boy. That's not what he said. I'm just trying not to curse. But still, I thought a fight was going to break out. Joe Kelly was suspended 8 games of a 60-game season. That's insane to me because there was a player last year who got in a literal fist fight and charged the mound who was suspended for 8 games of an 168-game season. So 8 games of a 60-game season, like, I get it because it could have started a fight with all of this pandemic stuff would have been awful. So I understand why suspending him is a big deal, but I don't think they should have suspended him at all. Nothing happened. It was just trash talk, and I'm sure there's trash talk we're not even hearing base to base. So, baseball's return's been good. The Dodgers swept the Astros. I hate the Astros because they cheat. I actually have a Houston Astros shirt. So, Joe Kelly, I commend you. Joe Kelly also put out the most gangster Instagram post ever of him holding 3 babies, and photoshopped on them were Astros players' heads. Now, the awful NFL 100 list. Whew! I'm making a video about it with my friend Fanatic Sports, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I'm just going to name 2 people. Patrick Mahomes at 4. Below Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson. Lamar, I understand a little bit, but Russell Wilson, I'm going to get into that in my video with my friend. But another person, Logan Ryan at 60, shouldn't have been on the top 100. Last story of the day. Chad Johnson, Viagra. And if you want to replay that 10 seconds, you don't have to. I said it. Chad Johnson, Viagra story. Chad Johnson revealed in an interview that most of his career he was taking Viagra as a replacement for PEDs. I didn't know what PEDs stand for. I'm going to be real with you. Not going to cap with you guys. The Chad Johnson Viagra story is kind of insane. The fact that he just used Viagra every single game probably destroyed his body more than he had to. I mean, if I could play as good as Chad Johnson, I would also use Viagra, but that's just nuts. I mean, I don't think that put him in the mood to play a football game, but I get it. Still, Chad Johnson used Viagra most of his career, and he revealed that. Chad Ochocinco, played on the Patriots, was a really hard guy to cover. But, I guess they're going to have to look into that. But now there's going to be players that actually need Viagra, probably aren't going to be allowed to use it. Other players are going to try it after hearing such a god as Chad Ochocinco himself said that he used it. But, craziest story. I always love to end on a funnier story. Like last week we ended on Nate Robinson, Jake Paul. But, guys, to end the video, we're going to talk about Benchwarmer Banter. Benchwarmer, just really quick. Benchwarmer Banter is a channel that I'm starting with my friends, talking about hoops at first. Going to add more sports channels. We got more subscribers. And it's just like a total pro sports type of channel. Go check it out. It's me, my friend Dylan for right now. But, my socials will be down below. The shoutouts will be down below. That's all for the video, guys. Go check out my Discord, Instagram, Twitter. Check out my Benchwarmer Banter Instagram, Twitter. Everyone stay safe. I hope you guys had fun listening to this. I had a lot of fun making it. Might have been a little bit shorter than last time, but still was a lot of fun. That's all, guys. I love you guys. Stay tuned for next week. Peace out.